This lesson covers habitual financial behaviors. The end state we're seeking is financial well-being, and research has shown that financial well-being is influenced by various factors, including competence in financial knowledge and skills, your physical health, your marital status and income, your interaction with your parents, your attitudes toward knowledge and training, interaction with socialization agents such as your parents or teachers or your peers, your early childhood consumer experiences, your positive financial behaviors, and your parent-child communication and expectations. Now, while many factors contribute to financial well-being, research suggests that financial socialization through parents, your early childhood consumer experiences, and your financial coping behaviors play the most significant roles. And we will discuss these factors next, but keep in mind that your specific past experiences are influencing your financial well-being and your behaviors, and you likely need to make some behavioral adjustments. So just keep that in mind as we progress forward. So let's take a look at the primary contributing factors of financial well-being, and we will start with financial socialization. This plays a crucial role in shaping your financial behavior and ultimately impacts your financial well-being. It involves the development of your beliefs, skills, expectations, and behaviors related to financial matters. And these contribute to your welfare and financial capacity. Financial sociability processes begin in childhood within the family environment, and they influence your financial activities and your financial well-being later in life. Next, we also have early childhood consumer experiences, and these have a significant and lasting impact on your adult financial behaviors. Studies suggest that individuals tend to practice the financial behaviors learned during childhood into their adulthood. As adults form their own families, they often replicate the financial behavior patterns acquired in childhood. And these learned behaviors contribute to your adult financial confidence and management abilities, ultimately reflecting your level of financial well-being. Finally, we have financial coping behaviors, and these reflect how you deal with problems that you're facing. And we can cope three ways, and first there is the reactive method, there's also preventative, and finally proactive. So for instance, we can react to a problem using credit, we can prevent a problem by setting up an emergency fund, or we can proactively plan for problems by saving and investing for our future financial state. Research shows that it is important to have a future-oriented coping behavior in place to actually impact your financial well-being. The other two will not actually affect your financial well-being in the future. And therefore, we should emphasize proactive strategies to achieve long-term financial stability and satisfaction. Let's talk now about proactive financial behaviors. As our focus during these lessons is habitual behaviors, it is prudent for us to consider the habits of the wealthy and some proactive coping behaviors. So when considering proactive financial coping strategies and the habits of the wealthy, some examples include the following. First, wealthy individuals will save and invest consistently. Wealthy individuals prioritize consistent saving and investing, following the principle of paying yourself first, and they allocate a portion of their income to savings and investments before covering their actual expenses. Consistency in this area is crucial to them as they stick to their financial plans, investing regularly and avoiding impulsive spending. They include also financial education. Wealthy individuals will invest time in learning about personal finance, investing, and wealth building strategies. They read books, they attend seminars, and they stay informed of market trends. Next, they set goals. Wealthy individuals will set clear financial goals and create actionable plans to achieve them. Whether it's saving for retirement or buying a home or starting a business, they break down their objectives into smaller steps and smaller milestones to achieve. Next, they live below their means. Frugality is certainly a common trait among wealthy. They avoid unnecessary expenses and live within their means. This allows them to accumulate wealth over time. Next, they have an entrepreneurial mindset, and this means that they have or they look for opportunities to create additional passive income streams through investments. They also manage their risk. They take calculated risks, but they also manage risks effectively. They use diversification, asset allocation, and risk assessment within their financial toolkit. Next, they operate with a long-term vision in mind. Wealthy individuals will focus on long-term gains rather than short-term fluctuations, and they invest with a horizon of years or decades, understanding that wealth is accumulated over time. Finally, they invest in their health and well-being. They take care of their physical and mental health. They also recognize that good health contributes to productivity, creativity, and overall success. So health is certainly an essential aspect in their daily lives. We will wrap up this lesson by considering some important milestones that you should put in place. And let's begin with frugality. So reducing or eliminating unnecessary spending is very important, and this means that you need to have a budget and you need to be comfortable in saying no to any financial impulses that you might have. So the next important milestone would be debt repayment. If you have debt, we recommend that you create a snowball repayment plan to aggressively pay off any debt that you may have. And you can look up how to do this very easily on the internet, but that's my personal favorite method on repaying debt is, number one, is not to have it, but if you do, then use the snowball method for recovering the debt process. Next is financial education. We should begin acquiring a general understanding of how to invest in specific areas that you're interested in. Again, you might have some preferences, but we're trying to take this slow rather than waiting until you do have a lot of money to invest. You should be educating yourself ahead of time and even starting out slowly so you don't have a lot of emotions into it. So basically just getting yourself financially educated is an all the time thing. So now is the time, not later. Next is automatic funding of your investment account. You should get this set up to where you're making monthly contributions to your investment accounts from your pay without having to think about it. Another milestone would be creating multiple streams of income. You should work to establish some passive income such as dividend stocks. It's one of the easier ways to do it and quite effective. So we recommend looking into that and getting that started so you can see how that works. And lastly, learn to mitigate risk through diversification. So ensure as you're starting to invest and getting your financial education furthered, make sure that you consider diversifying your portfolio. This will help you keep no more than 20% of your holdings in a particular sector or industry, etc. So this is a very important aspect of gaining wealth over time and having a lot of wealth. So you certainly need to have that diversification so you minimize risk of a catastrophic loss. As we consider putting today's lessons into practice, consider the following three takeaways. First, our financial behaviors are influenced by our past experiences and current expectations. And basically that means we do always have some adjustments to make. So even if you're doing well, we can get better. But if we're just getting started, the behaviors that we have now are based on a lot of past experiences. Not many are based on research. So we, again, very likely have some significant adjustments to make to our financial behaviors. Secondly, we are either reactively, preventatively, or proactively coping with our finances. And we learned from today's lesson and research that we should put our efforts into proactive planning or coping with our finances. And then lastly, financial well-being entails purposefully living below our means, as well as proactively planning for our financial future. So with that, our action items for this week include developing a proactive plan for allocating your income, avoiding unnecessary or impulsive spending. So hopefully we can get impulsive spending down to zero. And finally, consistently investing your surplus resources. So when you've gone to all the trouble to budget your income and to stop spending impulsively, what do we do with that surplus? Well, that's the exciting part, and we need to have a plan in place to be allocating those funds toward an investment, an account, and start to invest those funds. All right, I hope you enjoyed today's lessons, and remember, you're shaping your future one habit at a time. Have a fantastic week.